here starting some very good things which I want to discuss. So I will discuss today two papers, and I have my moisturizing cream, and I also, after applying this, I want to hydrate. Okay, hydration is very important. Okay, so breathe. Let me apply this. When I'm beautiful, when I apply this, I feel beautiful, and when I feel beautiful, I can talk better. Okay, you go there. Okay, I'm gonna hydrate today with this. One sip before opening my precious mouth. Okay, you come here. So, yesterday I watched a very good film, a Copenhagen love story, which was about women's pregnancy. So I'm gonna talk about that film. I'm saying it in the beginning of this video because I don't want to forget it, because that film requires lots of reflection. I always say that, you know, women are making pregnancy, delivery seem so easy for different reasons, and for long they never vent their frustration about this hormone fluctuation, etc. So men were thinking that these things are very easy, like giving birth is very easy, period is very easy, and lots of other things that women go throughout their lifespan and lifetime. So these are things that another domain of study. But I am on my way. I'm observing and literally learning everything about women. Okay. So now today I'm not gonna talk about women, which I think I will talk because I cannot stop myself. I cannot keep my hands, my tongue, my whole existence to myself without talking about women. But okay. So when I was going, when I was in Delhi, I was going to this acting class. Here I was going to this acting class, I think for 1.5 weeks, not more than that. I couldn't survive there more than, couldn't tolerate them more than 1.5 weeks. And after that also for 2 days I went to another institute. And in this all acting classes, one thing was very common. Everybody was so clingy with one another, like touching one another unnecessarily. Men hugging women, women hugging men. Like when they were greeting one another, they were greeting like this. Oh, so happy to see you. For like their greeting, the hug would last for most of the times more than a minute. It was like they literally were beating one another in public, and I was like, why they are so clingy? So normally why they are so clingy? Because when I was going to this acting schools, it was taught that as an actor you have to break each other's personal space, and this is one of the worst teaching that this they are teaching to these people. So I always emphasize on one thing, that education is very good, but wrong education is very dangerous. If you learn the wrong education, you're gonna become a monster. But if, that's why I always say that learning education is not easy. When you are learning education, you have to always have filter and be a critical thinker, and always emphasize on learning the nuances. If you don't learn the nuances, then you will learn everything wrong. Especially when you are going to a teacher, you shouldn't just close your eyes and learn from anybody. Just because some person has reputation in society, then I'm gonna listen to him no matter what, whatever he's saying, because he's rich or because he's famous. So whatever is coming out of his mouth, it is true, and I'm gonna accept it blindly. No, that is very wrong kind of education. So why these people are clingy? They were like when I was in this, not in Delhi, but when I was here for some time, for one week, okay? So these people were very clingy. They would come in, hug me. I'm not saying I'm very open to, hugging, because as an actor you should be open to anything. But I always believe that before getting into somebody's personal space, even if you are in a class, you must always ask for the consent. Are you comfortable? You trust me or not? But these people were not asking for the consent. Without asking for the consent, they were like coming in your personal zone, coming very close to you, and I was like, no, this is not right. This is not right. Just because this is acting school, it means that they should come this close. So if you say that no, this is not right, because we are not in practice. Every time you are coming to my personal space, this is not right. Then they are like, then you are uncoachable, because actors are supposed to break each other's personal space. No, that is a very wrong kind of training. So the professional training teaches actors, emphasizes the training, emphasizes always on consent, not in ignoring boundaries. Even if you are in a very intense acting school, but if they are not respecting the boundaries, it means that place is not right. Because you don't know about people, because you are going in a class, it doesn't mean that everybody coming there is coming only for training and they don't have any other kind of mindset. So that is why it is not right. So yeah, they were very clingy, and students, even girls, they are very clingy, because they think that the more they let people to come in their personal space, and the more they let men to touch them, the more they're gonna gain self-confidence, and the more they will be good actors. But that is very wrong. Like that, you will be only touched. You will be touched by different men. So that's not training. Okay, so I have observed this a lot. Like the teacher is coming, the girls are really clingy to the teacher. They are touching the teacher in a very not right way. And you are like, is this acting? Acting is all about touching one another. So you shouldn't touch just for the sake of it. So and when you say that don't touch me, they are like, if you have this much boundary and this much limitation, then you cannot become an actor, because you are not letting me touch you. An actor is not supposed to be somebody who let everybody to touch her or him. That is not training. So they say, but you let that when you were playing that scene, but that man touched you and kissed you. If I am in a play, if I am in a film, and for example, I am touching a man and letting the man touch me, and even if I'm kissing a man, that doesn't mean when I'm out of the scene and behind the scene, I let every other man to touch me and kiss me. So the context matters a lot. What is context? Context is information around the event, the situation, the action that gives meaning to that word, event, action, whatever. So context is very important. One person can be very comfortable with touch in one setting and uncomfortable in another. Like I can be comfortable when I am supposed to do. I can be comfortable with a man, because here the context matters a lot. So in the context, I am supposed to be the lover of a man, and a man is my lover. So in this context, I'm very comfortable to let the man to touch me, and me touching the man and even kissing the man, because I'm in front of the camera and the context is like that. But that doesn't mean that when I'm off camera, I let the same man to touch me and kiss me. So this is professional kind of acting. But here, students have been taught to let everybody touch them on camera, off camera, during the training, left, right, to, fro. So I was always seeing them, these girls are hugging the boys for two minutes. Oh my God. Even when I'm sitting, suddenly a boy is coming and give me a hug and hugging me, and I'm like, okay, but this doesn't feel right. This doesn't feel right. And when I was asking this teacher, he was always shouting, yelling, you're untouchable. Now I'm learning the professional acting, and it says that no matter wherever you go, even in seventh sky or under the ground, you must always have boundary, because professionalism is always about boundary. That is very important. This is one thing, one learning. You go there. The second one is, I'm saying these people always teach wrong education, and wrong education is not education. Wrong education gonna turn the new generation into beasts. Another one is controsexual self. What is controsexual self? Controsexual self is the anima and animus. What is anima? Anima is the feminine side of, anima is the feminine, okay, I'm gonna say it in my language, the feminine side in a man, and animus is the masculine side in a woman. So controsexual self is I think a concept from Carl Jung. So it is same like I was trying to integrate the yin and yang to anima and animus, because I was finding a little bit similarity between these two. So anima and animus is about the femininity and masculinity in the human beings, but yin and yang is mostly about the universe, the balance of the universe. So I'm gonna reflect on it more. But it's so what is this topic about? This topic is about the same thing that I was talking, that there is always a wave in universe, and you have to balance this wave. And when you are waving through everything, then you're gonna become a very dangerous human being. So when I'm saying femininity and masculinity, it doesn't mean that every man become woman and every woman become man. It means that there is masculine traits in you, that's called animus, and you have to be so educated and so trained to be able to integrate your masculine side with your femininity. So that time you're gonna become a very dangerous woman. And as a man, there are lots of feminine traits in you, like empathy. And when you are able to integrate your feminine side with your masculinity, then you're gonna become a very dangerous man. Like so in this paper I have lots of great examples. Like okay, I'm gonna say there is one example. It's all about integration. So so the concept is not this. So nowadays people are learning about this anima and animus, and women are becoming men, and men are becoming women, literally. So they are confused. They think that as a man, if they are becoming women, then they are accepting their feminine side, and they are becoming more confused, because there are lots of other concepts like FOMO, feeling of missing out. They are on social media, and on social media every time you scroll there will be like self-acceptance, accept yourself the way you are, and they see lots of different fashions. Nowadays generation is very confused, and they get confused about their sexuality, and they are even about their sexual orientation. Because why they are getting confused about their sexual orientation and about their likes and dislikes? Because of the noises, because of social media, because of FOMO, because constantly they are comparing themselves to all the noises that they are seeing on social media. So these things confuse you a lot. So anima and animus is mainly about integration of the femininity and masculinity. If you are a female, integrate your masculine traits with your feminine traits, and if you are a man, integrate your feminine traits with your masculine side, and that time you're gonna be a dangerous human being. So because I am a woman and I am integrating my masculine side with my femininity, I really want a man who has successfully integrated his feminine side with his masculinity, like a tiger, a lion in real feels, but with his woman, vulnerable and soft. By the way, I was saying I will not talk to Neil, but I will talk to him, because I'm not gonna talk about other things, because today was only about study and study and study. Okay, you go there. So this only.